Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ, and today we're heading to Lake Radia to be victorious! Oh my goodness, they're trying to take all the paint back to space and they're trying to deprive us of all the color. We gotta stop this, guys. We cannot allow this to go down, to go dawn. Alright, that's what I was getting at. You can't let it go dawn. Once you get to dawn, it's over. Alright, you gotta get to dusk first, and then you can think about dawn. But we can't let them get this dawn. No, that would not be fun. Alright, enough rhyming. Listen, the thing is, these guys are not from this planet. They are an inky, nasty alien that wants to pollute and destroy all the lovely resources that have been given to us free by Mother Nature. Wow, this kind of sounds like a similar source of alien-type life that, you know, hey, we weren't here on the planet originally. We are technically extraterrestrials. We came from somewhere else. And most likely it started with some kind of spore that evolved over time from an asteroid impact, because spores can survive the deep space sort of thing without perishing. And then eventually you came to this. So, consider that. But why does that matter? Nah, it really doesn't. Really doesn't indeed. Except for the fact that maybe it's suggestive. Maybe it's a political statement. And maybe it's just a fun painting game. I think that's the case. But regardless, they are aliens, and like us, being extraterrestrial from some other seed from somewhere that happened to plant itself on Earth, they are deciding to uproot. Just like we are. We're trying to get to Mars. We're like, fuck to Earth, you know? We like really spent all our time screwing it. We drilled into it, trying to get the ink, which is in essentially our case oil. You know, let's just move to another planet and start over, because that's way better than like starting in an amazing world that has oxygen and all the food you need and just like everything. So take away what you will from the Inkies, but there's a thing to be said for corporations and a thing to be said for pilfering aliens. And that's all I'm going to say. So, what we got to do is free the color. The color in those coffee cups, I'm going to say coffee cups because I like coffee better than tea. And those are quaint little cups if you look at it that way. We've got to save the color. Got to burst it out of its bins. Got to stop the evil Inkies from pumping it from wherever they're pumping it from. I mean, it looks like they're in a goo lagoon. And I didn't think that color was there. Originally, water, at least clean water, before the Inkies got there, takes away whatever paint you have. So why would they be setting their pump stations right in a friggin' ink lagoon? What are you pumping? Are you pumping radiated fish? You pumping whatever. You pumping something. Color is what you're pumping, but I don't think you're getting it from the grounds of which this facility is on. Probably a large connected pipe system that would even have the plumber Mario, whoa, extra boost, quite puzzled if he was to get down in that system. And it all leads to this area where you fill it up with your main pumping stations, you cruel, perverse, non-people Inkies. People not from Earth! That's what you are. And you're pilfering this world's color. I don't appreciate it, personally, I don't. So that's why I'm here to stop you. Man, I wish life was like that simple. I've said it before, but I will say it again. I wish I could throw paint on my problems, and they'd all vanish, just like this ink from the pool has. So that won't actually be fixed by any sort of paint monument. You have to go there and press the button yourself. But I recommend it. There's no reason to leave ink around if you can change it into purifying water. Do what you can to help yourself. And man, I love these styles. They always change. It's always wacky shit. It's always crazy designs. And our paint is having no effect on this boardwalk. Interesting, interesting, interesting. It might, though, once we hit the challenge. Go to the challenge and fill it with some paint. So we will. Off to the monument. You can't stop the blob. The blob's gonna fill the paint world, gonna bring back all the colors. It's amazing. It's amazing that that's all it takes. Just throw some paint on the problem and everything will be good. Everything gets purified. Everything gets clean. Everything goes back to normal, almost. The boardwalk's still not colored, and I don't know why that is. I really would have thought that Blob could have easily blobbed all over it and easily colored as he went on. Step by step, Blob fail platforming by Blob fail platforming at a time. These boardwalks are impervious to our color tricks. I love bursting the color out of these pipes. Yeah, what you're gonna do now, Inkies, you're gonna take back half depleted tanks of color. Most of this is all just gonna be wasted in the ocean, and very similar to the Exxon Valdez spill. All those noxious fumes and chemicals that are non-biodegradable in the paint are going to fuck up the environment tremendously. If this was real life. But remember, this is the Blob's world, and in the Blob, everything is fixed by paint. Doesn't matter what it is. You hungry? Need some paint. You need some purification? Here's some paint. Environmental injustice? You gotta paint it. It's the Blob's preferred method of solving problems. And you know what? I sometimes wish it could be mine too. You know, you're being annoying. I'm gonna have to blob you. I'm gonna have to body blob slam you. Because you are getting on my nerves. And then throw a bucket of paint in someone's face. How dare you! I dare, because I'm the Blob! And then run away. You leave them confused, bewildered, not bemused, and really quite furious. I would picture. Throwing paint on people, doesn't matter what color it is. You can be like Paint PETA with red paint or something, or actual blood, which, where did they get that blood? Is that human blood? Is that animal blood? Sheep's blood? What blood is PETA throwing on stars who wear fur coats and things of that nature? Is it paint? Is it blobbing to them? Or is it disgusting? Is it disgusting? We don't want to know where it comes from. Blood. Probably from the mortality ward. The mortality ward, is that what it's called? No, it's not. The fatality ward is more like it. There's nobody mortal here living anymore except for the morgue. Oh, the morgue guy. The morgue, yeah. Going to the morgue to extract the blood out of those they thought raised injustices against animals. That'd be creepy. And all possible. Those people they can get a little crazy with their notions and their ideas. People can do that sometimes. But me, I'd rather play a game and paint the world. If I could paint the world, I would paint it in jazz. And if I could paint the world, the fun that would be had. We can paint the blimps, we can fall from the sky, we can die in ink, or spend the time to go swimming. Oh, wouldn't you like to go swimming? You probably wouldn't. After a while, being a blob, you would die. It's unfortunate, but water can kill you too. I think. Maybe it just takes all your paint points. But if you don't have any paint points left, you're dead. I think. I don't know. That's a bad LPer's way to go. I think that's how the game works. I'm not gonna test it though. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Sorry, I didn't realize they were under the ship. God, well now I know. I'm just gonna go straight there. Free the gradients. I was confused at first, thinking we have to color something, but again, Reading is fundamental and important for getting stuck in little corners and not being able to get out of them. Don't you dare fire at me. I see you. Crush the turret. And free the gradients. These little eggheads. They look so cute in their eggshells, but they really are miserable. They're rolling around. They're falling on their face. They're perfectly orbital on both sides, so it is quite difficult for them to be standing anyway. Hey, and what do you say? We completed the challenge. Okay! So, it is time to follow the gradient train out of the hull of the ship and into the next hullabaloo of this level that we have to enter into, which is something. It is definitely something. Do we have to paint more boats? Or do we have to create some moats? I mean, why would we do that? Why would we have to do that? We've never done that before. But think about it. Stop the tanks. Or get the tanker. This is bullshit. I wish I knew this was here before where the turret was. But if you want to stop all the tanks, you just make a giant ditch and they can't get you. You have to make it far enough away so that they can't also use their projectiles lobbed at you from a distance. But once you did that, you're just set. Yeah, that's right. Now I can crush all you freaking jumpsuit jerks. Yeah, now what? I'm super paint. Super painting blob. This one we did not take, right? Nope. It's not colored, and it's an untread path. It's a good way to tell which way you've already been. That's actually something I didn't realize, but you don't need much of a navigation system in this game for knowing the map. You don't need a mini-map, for example, like you would in GTA or even something like Legend of Zelda. So that's the benefit of playing this game for sure, is it really lets you know where have you been and what you still need to paint. If there's more gray areas, you best be going that distance. You best be going that way. But where are we supposed to go now? That's the thing I want to know. Which direction are we supposed to be led in to go on to the next challenge? That's a dead end. That's definitely a dead end. And this... oh, this might be something. I don't know, we'll find out in the next episode.